Hello and welcome to Bookhub, the channel where we cover book reviews and tell stories. In today's video, I will be reviewing Cleopatra, A Life by Stacy Schiff. This book is a must-read if you enjoy history or simply want to learn more about successful women. The documentary, Cleopatra, A Life, provides an engrossing and enlightening look at one of history's most well-known queens. The ancient Egyptian Queen Cleopatra governed Egypt from 51 BC until her demise in 30 BC. She belonged to the Ptolemaic dynasty, a Greek Macedonian royal house that controlled Egypt after Alexander the Great's passing. One of the most significant and influential women in history, Cleopatra was renowned for her beauty, political acumen, and intelligence. She had several well-known relationships with some of the most influential men of her day, including Julius Caesar and Mark Antony Antony, and her story has been the subject of numerous books, films, and other cultural works. Stacy Schiff, an American novelist and journalist, is famous for her meticulous research and compelling storytelling. She was reared in New York City after being born on October 26, 1961, in Adams, Massachusetts. Prior to enrolling in Williams College, where she completed her undergraduate studies and received her degree in 1982, Schiff attended Phillips Academy Andover. Schiff, who started her writing career as a freelancer, has had work published in The New Yorker, The New York Times, and The Boston Globe. She is also the author of several other well-known books, such as Vera, Mrs. Vladimir Nabokov, Saint-Exupéry, A Biography, and The Witches, Salem, 1692. Stacy Schiff is a Pulitzer Prize-winning author, and her research and writing skills are on full display in this book. Schiff delves deep into the historical records, including Cleopatra's own writings, to paint a vivid picture of her life and times. The book begins by dispelling many of the myths surrounding Cleopatra's life. Schiff notes that much of what we think we know about Cleopatra comes from the biased accounts of her Roman enemies, who sought to portray her as a seductress and a danger to Rome. Schiff presents a much more nuanced and complex picture of Cleopatra. She shows us a woman who was not only a skilled politician and diplomat, but also a scholar and a patron of the arts. Cleopatra was fluent in several languages, including Greek and Egyptian, and was well versed in philosophy, science, and mathematics. One of the things that struck me the most about this book is how relevant Cleopatra's story still is today. Schiff notes that Cleopatra faced many of the same challenges that women in power still face today, such as having to balance their public image with their personal lives and dealing with sexist attitudes and stereotypes. Another thing I appreciated about this book is how Schiff contextualizes Cleopatra's story within the larger historical and cultural context of the time. She shows us how Cleopatra's rule was shaped by the complex web of relationships between Egypt, Rome, and other Mediterranean powers. Overall, I would highly recommend Cleopatra, A Life to anyone who is interested in history, women's studies, or just looking for a compelling and well-written biography. Schiff's writing is engaging and accessible, and her research is meticulous and thorough. This book is a testament to the power and influence of one of history's most fascinating and enigmatic figures. The New York Times Book Review praised the book as an engaging, scholarly, and above all, well-written account of a historical icon and her times. The review noted that Schiff has given us a Cleopatra for the 21st century, a queen who was not just a seductress, but a talented orator, diplomat and monarch. The Los Angeles Times called the book a superb piece of scholarship, and praised Schiff's ability to separate fact from fiction in the many myths and legends that have grown up around Cleopatra. The review noted that Schiff's Cleopatra is a real woman, not a myth, and this book is a must-read for anyone interested in the history of the ancient world. The Washington Post called the book a major achievement and praised Schiff's scholarship and attention to detail. The review noted that Schiff's account of Cleopatra's life and times is thoroughly researched and documented, yet it reads like a novel. Thank you for watching this review, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more book reviews and storytelling content.